Belonging to the demographic of typical teenage girls, someone who has a typical workday might not be able to devote as much time to you as you'd like, and you might only be seeing 1 or 2 guys. However, there are instances when a boost of energy is needed. The plan is for them to go on a date, take a sleep, then eat dinner together. You can sign on, chat with a few individuals for a few hours, and then never see them again if you swipe left. They loaded up their canine companions and headed out. Guys, I'm not searching for the kind of attention this woman is seeking during the day. Keep in mind that this is not an exceptional behavior for females, rather the opposite, in fact. Because it would be good for their pride. In an effort to improve their sense of worth, many women strike up discussions with random guys. In this present moment, what is it that people covet but cannot have? You should know these things as a woman if you want to attract the attention of men like a Chat and Tyrone, or if you just want to be the focus of attention. They routinely engage in this activity during their afternoon snoozes. She either wants to be the focus of attention or to meet someone with whom she has a true attraction. In case you wanted to have a chat, she seems to be in the mood. Take these measures to ascertain whether or not her interest is strong enough for her to make a choice. Suppose a female you're out on a date with asks, "What are you seeking?" How easy it is for her to arrange a date is a good indicator of what you want. Which is why it's not a good idea to nap during a date with a lady. This is precisely the situation they hope to avoid. They will utilize your attention by getting directly to the point, saving you time, effort, and frustration. If you're a sensible guy, you'll comply with her demands. After getting someone's number, a simple, "Hey you," text is a great first move. Since I think males shouldn't initiate contact with women, I recommend always asking, "What's your number?" in the first text message on a date. Women sometimes agree to dates despite the fact that it will require them to skip their afternoon nap. Many of the discussions are fruitless. You may talk to a girl for a few hours or for a few weeks, but you would never physically meet her. They're using the dating app for one of 2 reasons. They want to talk to Tyrone, or they want their interest piqued. Those aren't conversation starters on a first date. We were just talking and didn't have any prearranged plans. Sadly, I just can't bring myself to give it to you. Did you steal my number? I don't think you're as relaxed as I am. Is it not the case that we've talked about this issue to death? To the contrary, she couldn't care less about you meeting her. If you learn of anything that would be of interest, please let me know. She'd rather chat than meet you, yet she's interested in talking. The majority of women want to find a man who cares about them. Each of these lovely girls is dying to get in touch with you and start setting up dates. By the time she offers, "Let's speak a bit more before we exchange numbers," you know she means business and has a very clear notion of what she wants. She is inquiring as thoroughly as possible. She is skilled at maintaining your favor for as long as she can. You won't be able to call or set up a date with her until her calendar settles down again. They need to have 2 things right away. People join these groups because they are lonely or want to feel included. I've thought this so many times, guys, that I don't even care whether you call me cute. You have witnessed this, thus it is now time to use the axe and eliminate them. So, how does that work, exactly? When asked if it's working, the fella's girl typically answers, "Yes. You are quite attractive and handsome" to start off the message. You can look at me sideways or directly. Is intriguing, yeah, fantastic, thank you. A kissing emoji is a nice touch. Did you, Anna, open this? Besides wine and the disappearance of ghosts and men, what else does she want on a Thursday? Exactly what was it that you were hoping she'd say? Before you turn down my requests to set up a date with you, you know I'd appreciate it if you'd at least come out and give me some compliments. Consequently, what exactly do you wish to accomplish? That which I yearn for. Since you want acceptance, you should listen carefully. You require a companion who will chat with you via text for as long as you like and then let you go your own ways. Time by coming to mutually beneficial terms. Just take it for granted that she wants to or desperately needs to meet a man. When picking a date, it's important to think about how you typically spend your time together. To get a girl interested in a terrible boy, you don't have to strike up a conversation. Indeed, that's the whole point of it. The moment has come to choose a date, and there's still this other phase that's driving me insane. Girls and women will be seen. Please assure my child that I am only visiting to see some friends. You may now pick up women during the day, to put it plainly. Some people think that my primary motivation for being here is to socialize. I don't understand why you're on a dating site. This is not a social network where you can meet potential business partners. Just look for the disclaimer in her bio and swipe left if you ever come across her. In other words, if you see a girl's bio on Twitter and decide to approach her, keep in mind that I'm only 16 years old, and act accordingly. If you are looking for friends, swipe left. If you can, avoid the hassle. Don't bother asking her out on a date if you don't think you have a chance. She is only trying to trick you. Women who are looking for dates use dating apps because they are an effective way to meet potential suitors. After talking to hundreds of women on dating services, I've learned how to make the most of my conversations. I don't remember where I heard this. I'm familiar with the actions of women who want to meet men, so I can tell if this girl is interested in me or not. It's possible that you've heard, "Oh no, it all starts with a sex act." The women aren't asking any questions or making any payments, and they're using the swipe left option. Write that down. If it's not there, none of those guys will be interested in you. Direct messages are the best way to get in touch with me at this time. Which areas have the most reliable consumers? FedEx, Tinder and other such apps place a binary value on your attractiveness. The meaning of service shifts based on the one receiving it. Any given data value could be true or false. Visual cues will tell you whether or not she is excited to meet you. Whether or not she wants to meet you depends only on her assessment of your physical attractiveness. You get to the point quickly and without much fluff. The fact that today is ideal for sleeping. Nonetheless, many men take pleasure in complaining. How old are the women who use their nuts to gain attention? Undeniably, they are. Quite a few of them do it for the sole purpose of increasing their profile. But how can you make the most of it if a tag is tied to your attention and your behind is used as a wheel? The only reason they are included is for that reason. Right now, if you send her a message and she doesn't respond with, "Yes" to me, you can confidently conclude she isn't interested, which is why she's on your mind. She's obviously trying to one-up you, but you can't decide whether to swipe left or keep going. Her male and female users are driving growth in the market for discovery apps because they don't require a match. To all the guys out there, hello. Even though Daymax and Instagram serve the same purpose for me, I find myself using both. Either she likes me or she doesn't, or she isn't interested in a serious commitment at this time. It would help if you didn't make dating any harder than it already is when you're napping in the afternoon. Please don't make this happen, and try to prevent it if you can. Please don't allow it to get to you too much. Why are all these young women flicking at each other? Walk in with your head held high and your finest self on display. I plan on texting her to find out if she likes me or not, thus the first message we send to each other will be a request for her number. You can find out if she's interested in dating with the help of dating apps. Women are making the most of their nap time. There were other women I knew who, despite having boyfriends, rarely went on dates outside of the weekend. This explains why there are so many media depictions of female daters dozing off. They did it while on a date out of town, met someone on it, got what they wanted from him, and then erased it. Only after a few texts from you do they remain in contact with you. The deletion of their account goes unnoticed by you. They don't last for long before disappearing completely. They want me to go away, they use it, and they use everything else they can get their hands on that will help them meet more women. Sexy, submissive ticks. You'll have a lot more fun playing the game if you don't try to challenge yourself.